Wealth, yoga, wine. That's how I introduce every podcast. I'm Valerie Hale. This is a presentation based on professional podcasting for non-techies. I am the non-techie. It took me a year to teach myself through YouTube videos, actually, and I've copied those. They're all at the end of the YouTube presentation. I'm going to address GarageBand on an iPad, GarageBand on your laptop. You must have a laptop to professionally produce a podcast. Then file transfer protocol, I'll briefly explain, Auphonic, and then Libsyn. I chose GarageBand because you don't need a microphone. You don't need a microphone. Your iPad microphone is fantastic. I also chose GarageBand because it's free, but they have free Apple loops. I wanted music behind my podcast. Make sure when you begin podcasting, recording, that you are on iCloud or My Drive, because when you transfer it to your laptop, you want to be able to find it. The next thing you want to do on GarageBand is always record on narrator. It's the cleanest, easiest sound. When you rename it, you're just going to click on the production. It's a little square at the left. You rename it to something catchy, and then you also save it as a song. So these are tricky things that tripped me up and I couldn't figure out for the longest time. They're all in the video, but make sure you understand this before you start recording. Your second step then is to go to your laptop. It's going to be transferred, when you do it correctly, through My Drive to your laptop. Your laptop, all these the applications will have been uploaded. Your laptop, you want it to go to GarageBand iOS. There is a directional bar there that also confused me for months on end, and that's where you're going to find your new production. At the bottom right, you're going to see open. That's how you open it. Once you're there, listen to it and make sure it's ready to go. You're going to look for share. The way you share this, you simply click on export to disk. At this point, you definitely have to have file transfer protocol. I use CyberDuck. It's also shortened to FTP. It magically goes to Auphonic. Auphonic is also free, but it really steps up your game. It clarifies the sound in the back. It clarifies your voice. I have a tendency to pause sometimes because I was in Toastmasters and they teach us that. It clears up any kind of blips, if you ask me. It makes it for a very smooth production. Once you have saved, I always save it and go back and double check my work. Once you're happy with everything, because there's one tricky thing about Auphonic is the left hand side, you want to make sure it's on 96 bytes. Also, you must have Apple specific artwork. Make sure that happens. Lastly, with Auphonic, once you do save it and it goes to Libsyn, you just want to make sure that your artwork is there, that you've got your name in there, that your production, just little things. But again, there's a video that teaches you that. Therefore, once you start production, it has gone to Libsyn. For me, Libsyn is the best podcasting hosting service. I don't make any money talking about Libsyn. Dave Jackson, that video is on my YouTube slides. Dave Jackson explains all of this. I would listen to him first. When your production goes to Libsyn, you're going to open up, look at content. There it is, click on media, and there is FTP transfer file. You're going to click on that, and there it is, your production, your beautiful production. That is ready to go. Slide down to go to details. You want your details to be short and sweet because all your information should seriously be in your podcast. Lastly, when you do your details, you have to save Libsyn information as a draft. If you were going back somewhere to copy links, be sure when you're scrolling through, Libsyn won't save your information. Save it as a draft, because I am always putting in links to other information. Lastly, when you are ready to go, it gets distributed. I'm on 15 different directories. So to shorten your learning curve, it's GarageBand on iPad, laptop, gets transferred to Auphonic. Remember FTP. After Auphonic, it goes to Libsyn. And the beautiful thing is This is really easy when you listen to all these different videos. So at the end, there is my website information, there is my email. Please feel free to reach out and contact me because, yeah, it took me a year to teach myself to do this, and you could probably just take you three months if you're a non-techie. So please reach out.